What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. I'm your host. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation and logistics news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute, if you're watching on demand, I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. You're going to get to know what to expect is going to happen next. You can use the clickable video time code links in the video description below. Please do use those. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. We sure do appreciate it. So NIADA Accelerate 2023, it was last week in Las Vegas. 4 days of automotive business growth and networking, companies, agendas, dealers, exhibitors, services, education, and building relationships. And 2 weeks ago, we held the Energy Show before NIADA. And so tonight, we're putting the band back together. We're going to get the feedback and the takeaways. This will be a good exercise. If you did not go to the show, you can talk to real people that you know, that you see on this channel, and find out what they thought. We got a list of things, of items. We've got Skye, Haulman, One Auction View, Melissa Meza, Maranatha Works, Dana Randazzo, Auto Hauler Exchange, Thomas Smith, SYCN Auto Logistics, Joe Keadle, Kinetic Advantage, Stan Deak, Super Dispatch, and Paul Machin of Black Book. Plus Ty Thompson is in the building. We're no longer at B Bar. We are here. So please join the live chat. Ask your questions. Share your thoughts. Grow your business. Break out of your vertical. Because it's Tuesday nights live on ATI Auto Business. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Ecosystem. Welcome back to ATI. We're no longer at NIADA. Can you believe it? And we're still talking about Jay. You're gonna milk this for one more show. Actually, I think it's a great idea to, after the show, there a lot happened. I think people are still processing last week, and I know many folks that are watching now or watching later weren't at NIADA, and we want you to know what happened there and maybe why you might want to go next year. It was a heck of an event, to say the least. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the live chat shortly, but before we do, I want you to feel welcome. If this is your first time here, don't leave. I know we're talking about trade shows again. You know, we are the trade show crew, so please feel welcome. Stick with us. Say hello in the live chat. Tell us what is your business, and what if you have a question about the show, or, you know, put it in the live chat. Maybe something random, I don't know. We have industry news coming up the quarter hour. Man, there's a lot of news. I've said at times there's not a lot of news. I don't know what happened. There's a lot of news. So stick around for industry news. Oh, I'll fill that in later. Okay, you'd think I knew what I was doing, because did you know this is show 300 in a row? What? 300. Yeah, I'm still doing it. Still wheeling out the shtick. We're going to bring in Ty, and he's going to help me bring in the panel. We're putting the band back together again. Skye, Haulman, Paul Machin, Melissa Meza, Dana Randazzo, Thomas Smith, Joe Keadle, and Stan Deak. All of whom we saw live at NIADA. And we're going to catch up and learn more about what they thought about the show. I think I'm excited to... This is interesting, is to have the same exact group. I think that's a first. And in fact, shout out to Melissa. Melissa was in a hallway outside the expo hall, and we were talking. Stan was there, Melissa was there, and maybe Dana was there, I'm not sure. And we were talking about, what should we do? And this is what we're going to do. This actually came together just, I don't know, a few days ago, like everything else on ATI. No, but seriously, folks, I do want you to do me a favor. Please help us share the channel. Reach out. There's got to be some... Click that, smash that like button. Click that, smash that like button. There's got to be somebody that's not watching that maybe could benefit. Because we know we're on a mission. We're not just here because it's fun. It is a bit of fun. But, how's that load board treating you? You get tired of it? If you get tired of it, then this is the place for you. And if you just are lost, you don't know what to do, call or text Ty 417-413. No, I got the number wrong. Ty, I think I'm tired. Call or text Ty 417-483-2764. And the show's just getting started, so who knows what's going to happen. I don't know. We're going to go into the live chat right after this, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Recon 2023. Time to line. Speed to sale. Managed by metrics. Know what you don't know. Technician efficiency. Workflow efficiency. More cars, less time. Know where your cars are. Connect to what you expect. Rapid Recon can help.
Being a carrier is tough. Slow pay, bad lanes, and countless brokers. It's hard out here, but it doesn't have to be.
At Ship Your Car Now, we understand the challenges our carriers face. That's why we're committed to on-time payment, guaranteed lanes, and an open line of communication with our dispatch team.
Our carriers and drivers are our partners, and we're committed to helping them succeed. Sign up on our carrier portal today. Ship Your Car Now, committed to carriers.
Are you a blue chip carrier? Ship Your Car Now offers trusted car haulers good paying loads that pay fast. Sign up, deliver, and build your running lane at shipyourcarnow.com, carrier portal. Links are in the live chat. Yeah. Let's just go into the live chat. Let's do that. Warm it up. There's the live chat. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for saying hello, tuning in. There's plenty to talk about, so I'm sure we'll get through this quickly. Cars on the move. Ty is here. This is where we love the dealer. You said it today in a meeting. Ty, I think what I started to say at NIADA was, yes, while we have roots in transportation and logistics, because know your audience, read the room, then I would say, Ty says love the dealer. He's been saying it for years, which is true. That is a true statement. And because we talk to a lot of dealers. So love the dealer, Ty. Thank you so much. I mean, you tell us to tell the... Hey, Kimberly's here. What's going on? Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. We're glad you are here. We are glad you are here. We're really glad you're here because we know more and more there are many places you can go. That's actually one of the things that takes up my time during the day. I had several conversations with folks at the show about YouTube specifically. And what was neat is there were a couple companies that were pretty impressed by the channel. Thank you very much. And I said, they said, we have a YouTube channel, and I went to it, and we looked at it, and we talked about views and content, and they were like, we feel like we're running out of steam, and I said, well, you already have a job. It's, working with your DMS solution or whatever that is. Let me help you. Like, this is all I do. I don't do anything else. I know, it's almost embarrassing, right? Okay, so let me help you, because that's what we do here. We're ATI. Carlos Braxton is in the house. What's up, Carlos? Hey, ACB Logistics is in the house. Keith Bradley, SYCN Auto Logistics. I did mute the bell a bit. Is it too muted? Let me know. Yeah, I think you can still hear it. It's enough. Right, 300. 300 is kind of crazy. You'd think, well, you know, I don't know. We'd have champagne or... Nope. Nothing. Just 300. We're going to move on to 301 next week. But actually, there is a lot to celebrate. Ty and I could see... We saw a shift. We saw a shift at NIADA. And the views make no sense. Because there's a lot of people that have now seen the channel, seen us... And, we're still in the hundreds? No, it's not true. Don't believe that. It's in the thousands. Really. Check out our TikToks. 925 All Access Logistics is here. What's up, 925? Thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking with us. I think at this point, sometimes we wonder, you know, can you put into words what you get out of this channel? We get emails, and it's in the news and YouTube comments and stuff. It's a lot of different things. Actually, I had a shipper ask. It's in the news. We'll get to that. We had a shipper. A shipper made the news. Can you believe that? Stan is here. What's up, Stan? Super Dispatch. Oh my gosh, how much love did Super Dispatch get at NIADA? I'm serious. Whoa. But that's what. Oh, check. That's part of the benefit. Mike, check 1 2. That's part of the benefit of working with us. Is we want to make sure that you feel like we're working for you. And that's what we do. And we actually enjoy it, which is kind of crazy. John Robertson is here. John Robertson, SYCN Auto Logistics. Another company we talk about. Yeah. You know, John, I think the only time John and I spent together at NIADA, this is true, is looking for water. I don't know why it was so hard to find water. That wasn't $7 for a little bottle. Not kidding. I got tired of paying $7 for a little bottle of water. And I won't say the name of the hotel next to it. The hotel was really nice. But bring money for water. Dude. Anyways, so what's up, John? Good to see you. Rod Hamill is here. Hey, howdy. What's up, Rod? Thanks for saying hello and tuning in again. Really do appreciate it. Now, we're talking Rod Hamill that... we caught live at Finished Vehicle Logistics. And I think that's part of many people that we see are ones that we catch live, or we do a segment, or we're able to involve in a show. So if you're kicking back and you're watching and you're like, you know what, I think I'm ready to step up to the plate and take a swing at not at ATI, on ATI, let us know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. But if not, no problem at all. Just sit back and enjoy the good times. Melissa is here. Hello, everybody. Melissa Meza is here. Actually, Melissa, I was thinking about, when I was putting the show together, how it's interesting. You went from, I don't know, you watched the channel at some point. I don't know when. I know. Don't tell anybody. And then you showed up at Car Conference in March, said hello to us, and let us know that you were at Car Conference because of ATI, and we were like, wow, that's amazing, that's awesome. And then you also came to NIADA, I think partially because of ATI or something like that. So now you're on the show again. So what does that escalation look like and feel like? And in fact, you know what? That's another person I thought of and made the news. Stas. I always say Stan. Stas. Carshipio. Yeah. Carshipio Stas. He went to NIADA. So, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. There's a movement. People are moving. People are on the move. Cars are on the move. I'll tell you what. Stick around right after this. we're going to go into, industry news. We'll be right back.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Searching for that midnight auto shipping quote and new lead software you can trust? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter. Quote the price right the first time. Visit transportautoquoter.com. All right, links are in the live chat. Thank you so much. Here we go. Gotta love a good drum roll, don't you? It is NIADA 2023 After the Conference Evolution Show 300 in a row. Sure. So nice, thanks. We've been talking about NIADA Accelerate 2023, and we're about to stop doing so, but we're going to take one more crack at it tonight. We had the Organic NIADA Convention Group show. That was 2 weeks ago. Anthony Coots is here. What's going on? Great to see you, man. That was 2 weeks ago, and in fact, Melissa screen captured that, shared it on LinkedIn, saved me some time. Hey, I like this. So thanks for doing that. The crew is back. We put the band back together tonight. I shared the expo hall. Really, that was a bigger expo hall than I expected. There was a lot of companies. Actually, I didn't even get through all of it. Again, that surprised me. Big expo hall. We had friends that got together in the same booth. Kinetic Advantage and One Auction View, both companies are here tonight. Both were in booth 352. We did live coverage, NIADA Convention Expo coverage. We did 2.5 hours on Wednesday. That was a lot. There's a lot. I got to go through it and do the time codes. This is from me and Ty, where we were hanging out outside. I mean, was it every night? I think it was every night, actually. I got to say, the Wynn Hotel, go outside. It's awesome. I mean, inside's great, too, but yeah, it was really, really cool. We talked so much. Here's a shot. I never share the behind the scenes. That is my desk. I literally took that photo during a live stream where Ty is talking to Paul, and that's it. So soak it in. I know, it's pretty amazing to me. This was the CPO panel. There's Trent Broberg of Acertus sitting next to Brady at Carquetta. In the middle, you have Lou Tedeschi hosting the panel. And then there were, I think it's Mike Darrow, and then I think it's the other guy's name. He's an independent dealer, and he was filling in for another dealer. That was a great panel, CPO panel. I like cameras on camera, so I was able to get, this is a photo of Ben and Bill of NIADA. Great guys. Great guys. Love those guys. Oh, this is Ty whooping it up in the after party. This was a great party. Lots of networking going on. Really, this is fun. It's fun stuff. It's great you spend all day networking and then you continue over drinks. It's wonderful. There's me and Stas of CarShipio at, I think they had a cigar networking event without the cigars because there was wind and stuff. But that's the golf course behind the Wynn in the background. Wow, what a beautiful place. So we mix the front of the store and the back of the store, and that's what we do at the trade shows. Wanted to share a little bit with you. There's more coming. and it's a big ecosystem, and we really do. I gotta tell you, I think I talked about every aspect of the ecosystem during the show. Even regulations, FTC came up just a tad. Actually, equipment comes up more than you think. And even Steven, shout out to Steven at Experian. He's got a car hauling background. Amazing. So you want to follow that disconnect between sales and operations. That's what we do here. You know, dude, where's my car? Hunting down cars, hunting down people, hunting down payment. Everybody's hunting. Why is that? All right, here's more from this show. So I shared this on LinkedIn. Watch ACV on ATI at NIADA. We were live, and I went ahead and shared that. Thank you, Mark Coleman from IARA, pointing out that we need more acronyms in our industry. Pretty cool. Probably my most popular post, we had breakfast. So for the first third of the conference, Ty and I hung out with Joe and Nick of Cherokee Media. So shout out to Joe and Nick of Cherokee Media. They bought us breakfast, and then they bought us lunch. Really awesome stuff. And you know how this happened? Literally because we saw them at registration, and then we didn't let them go. I'm holding on to Joe's leg, and Ty is, I don't know what he's doing. Anyways, we're talking. And we're gonna have him back on ATI next Friday. It's gonna be great. This was a great selfie moment with Fred. I can't even say either of their full names because this is what networking looks like. You literally have 5 seconds to say hello, talk for a second. I think we're on our way to another educational session, and it's wonderful stuff. And then we'll see him again. But you know what I told him? I said, Fred, we don't know each other, but I see your LinkedIn content. I think it's great. Keep doing it. Where else am I going to see somebody, wake up in the morning, like just woke up, and talk about the sky and stuff? What a wonderful world. Love it. So me and Ty are officially trolls, but we do appreciate the coffee. All right. Keeping it real. All right. This is Doug Haddon. I just want to give a shout out to Doug at ACV. One of the best speakers. This guy kills. We're going to have him on ATI in a few weeks. This is one of his slides, and he encourages you. He shares this slide, and he said, yeah, go ahead. Take a photo. I would. These are wireframe diagrams from some of their technology of some of the shots that they want you to take. Wow. Awesome technology, awesome stuff. Just wireframe. I'm excited about wireframe diagrams. Wow, Jay. And this is their Apex technology. This is nuts. IoT, so it's over the air. Microphones. It can smell. It can pick up gas and odors. Those cars you have the smoker and you're buying online and you can't smell it. Apex can. Apex has got you. It has a vibration sensor. They have theologians and vibration working on this thing, and based on the vibration, they can tell you. Crazy. This is the kind of stuff. See, this is why we say you got to go to these shows, because before the show, there's no way to explain all the things you're going to see and hear. I couldn't have done it. I can barely do it now. Restoring the digital broken promise. I met Scott. This is Scott Eisenfelder. I met Scott at a bar at the beginning of the show just because I was joking around about his credit card sitting on the counter. I thought he was buying me a beer. Led to talking business. We're going to pick up where we left off. And Scott had to de-anonymize data. There's a term you don't hear every day. What does that mean? I don't know. Stick around. Maybe we'll find out. Great speakers. Here's this. What was his name? Gordy? Ty, this is Gordy up on stage. And Gordy's talking about the purpose of NIADA, where it came from. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm falling in love with the place. Industry trends and retail. Look at it. Packed room. This place was full too. There were a lot of people there, and they're talking about, all kinds of trends. Wholesale used car prices down dramatically. And then meanwhile, I'm checking in on business. Here's a shipper on ATI asking, how long does it take to book a delivery from Virginia Beach to Irvine if the broker has it on the board for $900? Are you kidding? And he goes into the weight, and then what the car is. Wait a minute. Dude, hold on a second. I said, that's 2,700 miles at $900. That's 33 cents a mile. I think most motorcycles pay better than that. Who posted this? And why is this guy coming to ATI to get a second opinion? Because I think he smells there's a problem. I think there's a problem. Now, it doesn't mean no one will pick it up. Someone's going to pick it up. But then that's why I said I'd like to know how long that took and what new damages you found. All right. I'm going to move on. Sorry. Then, somebody else. Hey, watched your info. Thanks. I know someone who wants to haul high-end specialty cars. Cars worth $200,000. What are the insurance issues? Wow. Boy, oh boy. I tell everybody, just tune in Thursday, put it in the live chat, we'll talk about it. So tune in Thursday, we'll put it in the live chat, we'll talk about it. FMCSA considering requiring proficiency tests for new carriers. I saw this while sitting in an educational session. Do you think that's a good idea? And what's interesting is this is stuff from 14 years ago. When finally somebody's like, yeah, I got a feeling that we got to make sure that we have some kind of standard proficiency exam. We'll find out more about that. We need to talk to Brian about it. And yes, we're walking around, we're talking to dealers. Oh, hey, Ty, how about Jambo Motors? True story. I'm outside, I meet this guy, Jambo. He's an independent dealer. And so I said to him, what else am I going to talk about? Hey, so do you move your own cars? Nah, I put them on the load board. Oh, really? Where do you put them? Well, the place, of course. And I said, well, and how's that going for you? This, that, whatever. I said, well, you know what? There's a better way to do it. Go to Super Load Board. You've heard of Super Dispatch? He said, no. I said, listen, you got to go to superdispatch.com. Go to superdispatch.com. You can post your loads on Super Load Board. It'd be interesting to compare what you're paying. And it'd be interesting to compare the carriers that are picking your stuff up. That's just a couple things we could compare. So go to Super Load Board. I don't know how many times we did that, man. We need to carry around like presentation material. Super Dispatch, by the way, now moving over 500,000 vehicles a month. Wow. Holy cow. And this, all right, I'm going to show you this. There's so much news. I'm talking as fast as I can. Car shopping platforms pair up with ChatGPT. Wait, car shopping platforms pair up with ChatGPT. I don't know exactly. Well, I'm going to show a video. I think I know what it looks like. Two of the best known platforms. Let's see. We got Car Gurus and Edmunds have introduced a plugin to allow users of OpenAI's popular chatbot to employ its artificial intelligence. Now, I like to do this too. I want to share the link because if you don't know, and it's possible, it really is still possible that you haven't been to ChatGPT. I just put the link in the live chat. You can click on it, follow along. Chat.openai.com. Create an account. It's free. It's nothing. Really, it's nothing. That's not the one. That's not it either. Here we go. Car Gurus said its plugin enables shoppers to explore vehicle options on their own terms without being limited. Are you ready for this? Check this out. Let's roll this video. I think you're gonna be pleasantly shocked. Okay. Now I took the sound out because I didn't want to get demonetized and dragged off to a gulag. But Car Gurus. All right. So here's the app. So I guess you go into ChatGPT like you would, and you type in, I'm thinking of buying an electric vehicle, and the thing, oh great, where do you live? What's your address? Oh, I live in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Oh, okay. Well, since we're ChatGPT, here comes a bunch of info, because we're also working with Car Gurus. Don't know how they got that set up. Give you an idea. Anyways, here's like 6 EV recommendations, and the picture, and you can click on the website, scroll through the photos. Gosh, that's pretty crazy. These are great. Can you show me the top 3 best deals in the 30-35K price range? Can you show me hybrids too? Bam. ChatGPT goes crazy. Here's the top 3 best deals in that price range. 2021 Toyota Venza, I mean, and it's also near the zip code. This is nuts. It's not even a real person. I don't even think can a real person get back to you that fast? I don't know. I'm just saying, I just found this today, and my mind is blown. And scene. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. We'll see what we can do. This is how you get your car shipping business news. Oh no, just when you thought you'd get a break. It is now time. Step right up. We'll get 5 new questions. That's right, 5 new questions. Are you a car shipping guru? Let's play Ask Larry. Now this, I just made these up this morning, so let's see what we got. Super Dispatch offers a faster way to get paid. What's that called? Is it called Super Money, Super Pay, Super Cash, or Super Bank? Dang. Super Bank? I'm pretty sure. Go ahead and put it in the live chat. Yeah. Do you see how quiet it got? There was so much information, man. Okay. I'm assuming. I'm a hope. You know, I'm going to go with that. Ty is not saying Super Bank. That's too bad. I think Super Bank is it. Is it Super Money, Super Pay, Super Cash, or Super Bank? That's how Super Dispatch helps you get paid faster. I just need one more guess and I can move on. Or we're stuck here, people. Can you imagine if the tour guide said that? I need one more question or we are trapped in this cave. John Robertson also has a Super Pay. It is Super Pay. Super Dispatch offers a faster way to get paid, and it's called Super Pay. You should check it out. All right, here we go. Question 2. Car dealers borrow money to finance vehicle inventory. What's that called? Is it dealer debt, dealer overhead, dealer floor plan, or dealer lockbox? Stan says you make Super Bank with Super Pay. Gotcha. Dealer debt, dealer overhead, dealer floor plan, or dealer lockbox. And what's really interesting is even a company we talked to about floor planning and dealer. Oh shoot! I just gave it away. That's all right. Everybody's got it. It is floor planning. Even a company that offers floor planning, we have things in common. ATI Auto Business finds common ground and a rope bridge to knowledge with a floor planning company. So we're really proud of that. Okay, here we go. Great job, Jay. Question 3. Ty almost lost a signed book Wednesday at NIADA. What book was it? Dogs, Cats, and Cars, Buy More, Sell More, Backlot Dog Cat, or Stalwart Lot Rat? Which book did Ty almost lose? If you tuned in for our live footage, you know this cold. If you didn't, it's anybody's guess. Is it Dogs, Cats, and Cars, Buy More, Sell More, Backlot Dog Cat, or Stalwart Lot Rat? I know, this is the stumper. How did I do, Ty? All right? I got 6 smiley heads, so that's pretty good. Well, I'm probably just gonna, I know, it's tough to guess when you really have no reference. Did anybody watch the live footage? Ooh! Skye's got... That was the craziest, really. If you haven't seen... Well, I mean, you don't have to tune in for 2.5 hours just to see him find his book a few times. But, this book... And Ty, I don't know. I don't even know what the book's about. I mean, I know he got the book, and I want to know more. You're not going to believe the answer. You guys ready? Here, this is fun. I wish I had a picture. It's called Stalwart Lot Rat. And it was written, the company was Empire. We met the author, and he was a cool guy. And then Ty's walking around, left his book. And I'll tell you, it's an example of, this is actually a problem. You see the swag on the tables? How do you hang on to it? I don't think anybody's ever figured this out. If you are looking to go on Shark Tank and come up with a brilliant idea, find a way where a business executive at a trade show can get swag and then maintain track of it while still doing everything else. I mean, I'm like, I had a couple of the spongy cars. I'm shoving them in, pockets, and I can fit a deck of cards, but it's hard. What do you do? Scott Carlson is the author. Good job. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Cool guy, great interview, and now you know the name Stalwart Lot Rat. Question 4. Independent car dealers need CPI. What does that stand for? Collateral Protection Insurance, Charge Per Incident, Car Payment Information, or Captive Price Indexing. What is CPI? And this actually is another reason why when you go to a show like NIADA, this acronym was all over the place. I saw several booths talking about CPI. Yeah. I want to hear, you know what? Do me a favor, Ty, on Friday's show, will you talk about the book for a few minutes? So tune in Friday and learn more about Stalwart Lot Rat by Scott Carlson. Well, Ty, you should know. Somebody needs to know the answers. It can't just be me up here. So what does CPI stand for? Collateral Protection Insurance, Charge Per Incident, Car Payment Information, or Captive Price Indexing. Everybody's right. Oh, look at those guesses just rolling in on Collateral Protection Insurance. But you heard it here on ATI. You will hear of this again. Collateral Protection Insurance. Okay. It's probably not that far afield from floor planning. All right, here we go. Question 5. America's Auto Auction just acquired its 38th location. Which one? Is it DAA Seattle, DAA Las Vegas, DAA Atlanta, or DAA Mobile? Honestly, and you know what? Here's the two more important, interesting pieces. They finally settled on a company name. I'm not kidding. It was Accelerate for the longest time after it was already America's Auto Auction. They are now America's Auto Group? Help me, John. America's Group. My gosh, really, Trey? What a show. And its 38th location. That means what's important here, America's Group is now the 3rd largest auction chain in North America. Mannheim is 1st. Odessa is 2nd. Carvesa. America's Group 3rd. And believe me, the 4th place is way below that. So this is a big deal for America's. Plus, they acquired it from McConkey, and they'd already acquired a couple other from McConkey. It is DAA Las Vegas. You got it right. Thank you so much for playing and humoring me. Don't forget, Lucky Load is being given away every month on Super Load Board. Find out how you can win. Oh, they have a June winner. We're about to see who that was, so stick around because right after this, directly after this, you're going to find out more about the Lucky Load. Right after this, we're going to go Industry News Part 2. Stick around because we're going to be right back.
Hey guys, what are you up to?
Hi, Jasmine. We just picked the Lucky Load winner.
No way.
Yeah. So what do I have to do to win the Lucky Load? Just gotta be a verified carrier. You gotta book a load on Super Load Board. And it's gotta be a super pay load. So our winner this time is MC2 Transport. All right, let's give him a call.
All right, let's do it.
I need to voicemail about Machin. I'm not available at this time to leave a name and a number.
A few moments later.
Or press 1 for more options.
Yesterday, we picked our Lucky Load winner, and we tried to call them a couple times, and we weren't able to connect, but I am going to call our Lucky Load winner, and we're going to tell them what they won.
This is Al.
Hey, Al, this is Ben with the Super Dispatch team. How are you?
Hey, man, how are you? I'm good.
I'm just calling today to let you know that you're the lucky winner for this month, man. So congratulations.
Thank you much. Thank you.
We just want to say thank you.
I'm excited to death about this.
That's great. That's great. We really thank you for using Super Dispatch, and if you need anything at all, just give us a call, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you much.
All right, Al. You take care. Congratulations again.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Super Dispatch, TMS, mobile app, Super Loadboard, and SuperPay, helping carriers, dispatchers, brokers, shippers move cars, get paid fast on one auto transport platform. Visit superdispatch.com. Oh, here we go. Check this out.
The next evolution of moving cars faster, smarter, and easier is here. SuperPay by Super Dispatch. Today, shippers waste hours managing fragmented payment systems. And carriers are left wondering, never knowing when they'll finally get the payment they're owed. SuperPay saves everyone time and hassle by securely automating payment upon proof of delivery. No more tracking down payments or onboarding carriers to disconnected payment systems. With integrated payments with SuperPay, Super Dispatch is now the only end-to-end, all-in-one auto transport platform. Automate payments where you automate transport.
Welcome back again to ATI Auto Business. It is now time for Industry News Part 2. Attention business developers. This is the weekly pulse on ATI. If you missed, there was a lot of news. So if you missed it, here we go. Here's your recap. At the top, America's Group acquires Las Vegas auction, expanding its reach in the West. The auction acquisition broadens the company's market presence to dealers, rental companies, and financial institutions. Think about it. Who's your customer, right? Okay, America's Group. Used vehicle auction services. 17-acre auction facility in Vegas now. Company said that it's purchased of DAA Las Vegas, a six-lane full-service auction from McConkey Auction Group, the price not disclosed. The acquisition expands the company's market presence to dealers, rental companies, and financial institutions. You'll notice that too when you read the articles. You'll see some repetition, but I guess they want to drive the point home. So I'm going to say it one more time. Dealers, rental companies, and financial institutions. By the way, America's Group formed in December 2021 when vehicle auction and remarketing company Accelerate Group acquired America's Auto Auction, and then they rebranded and they've come up with America's Group. So we've got it now. Okay, it's America's Group. Got it. By the way, the company is going to keep all 50 DAA Las Vegas employees. It's now 38 auctions in 19 states, and they're going to keep going. They're still looking for acquisitions nationwide. Edge Spark, this is a patented deal, I guess. All-in-one auction data for dealers. This is pretty big news in used vehicle automotive space. The newly patented Edge Spark allows Edge customers full access to their business ecosystem anytime, anywhere through a modern, user-friendly interface. Spark brings together all auction data in one place, putting insight at the user's fingertips, offering real-time analytics from any device. Now, I too said, how is that so different? Apparently, you have to get into the information. Apparently, you can put in a volume question, a search. It sounds like it has really smart search. Again, this is where AI is going to get. You saw the Chat GPT. I think we're going to see even smarter search than we could have even thought of. Car dealership guy says the giant elephant in the room. All right, let's do this. He says there is a crazy love-hate relationship between car dealers and Manheim Auto Auction. On one hand, dealers rely on Manheim for buying and selling cars at auction. On the other hand, the auction fees at Manheim have increased significantly and dealers are not happy about it. Manheim knows it, dealers know it, but Manheim knows it has pricing power and it takes advantage of it. Wouldn't you do the same? Now, I'm not going to read the rest of the article, but it is noteworthy that there are more than one people now, persons, individuals, on social media making comments that maybe weren't so popular in the past. I can tell you, Camera One, that at NIADA, there was a circular room offshoot of the main hallway, another brand of this giant elephant, and I didn't see anybody going in there. Just the people that worked there. So, I guess it's okay to observe and report. Back to you, Bob. Carquetta revamps platform. This was big news at NIADA. Carquetta, a dealership decision intelligence system, has launched its newly revamped platform to help dealerships of all sizes streamline their vehicle inventory management through every step of the process, from appraisal to inspection, reconditioning, pricing, and sale. Wow. Heck of a tool. Carquetta's retooled platform includes now customizable reconditioning and inspection templates that Carquetta users love, plus the integration of live market data from over 20 million vehicle listings. Updates include appraisals, streamlined sign-up and onboarding, vehicle pricing, reconditioning, inspections, sales packets. We're looking forward to hopefully learning more on ATI. Automakers need better communication when selling vehicles to order. Gee, really? We needed a headline on that? A pledge to update a Ford Maverick order at least 45 days, no matter what, became 7 months of silence. Well, yeah, but here's the point. Transparency. Jay, it's a long story, I know. But this guy, it took him 7 months. 9 months ago, placed an order with a Ford dealership for the new Maverick Lariat hybrid pickup in Atlas Blue Metallic. Extra tomatoes, double lettuce, sold the mayo. You know how that goes. All right, that's fine. It's a car. Have it your way. But here's what happened. Okay, got an email. Your order's been confirmed. The email told me you're in line, just waiting your turn. 45 days later, another email arrives, reconfirming the order, explaining the situation, and letting you know you'll be updated every 45 days regarding vehicles production. No matter what. Thanks for your patience. Problem? Didn't hear from anyone again until last week when I got a note saying thanks for sticking around, and they'll get back to me in July. So every 45 days turned to 7 months. Camera One. Doesn't that sound like car shipping for some folks? Just move on. Let's see here. Okay. The story continues. Let's see. Keep going. Hey, more Americans are getting auto loans that exceed the worth of their cars. Keep moving. It's not good. Lordstown Motors files for bankruptcy. Golly, really? That's other news? Now, I don't share BK news often, but when I do. See, the thing is, I don't think this company or whatever entity was in existence very long at all. What, a few years? This was another EV truck startup idea thing? U.S. electric truck manufacturer Lordstown Motors, after failing to resolve a dispute over a promised investment from Taiwan's Foxconn. Foxconn. Why does that sound familiar? The bankruptcy of Lordstown signals the days of successful EV startups is now in the rearview mirror. And moving forward, it'll be Tesla and incumbents duking it out. Foxconn. Oh, Foxconn. Oh, that's that story. Yeah, the technology group. They do a lot of, where is it? Nintendo, Nokia, Apple, HP, Dell. Oh, lots of employee suicides. No. Really? Yeah, they have nets outside the buildings. So maybe it worked out. Sometimes things work out for the best. This is a crazy show. TrueCar stock jumps 8% after layoffs. Shares of TrueCar rallied after the car pricing platform announced a restructuring, including layoff of a quarter of its workforce and a new CEO, replaced by the COO. Ty was making note. How many COOs are replacing CEOs? And look at this, they're streamlining operations. So look for that. Streamlining operations and COOs taking CEO spots. Dang it, that quick? Amid tough used car supply and wholesale price conditions, Sonic suspends operations at 8 Echo Park locations. Sonic said Thursday it has indefinitely suspended operations at 8 of its Echo Park used car stores and additional related check this out, Ty. They're buying centers. I just realized this today when I was reading it. Additional related delivery buy centers. The move is being made in response to market conditions that have led to lower used car supply availability and steeper wholesale vehicle prices with unpredicted volatility. But start up that 200,000 luxury car enclosed idea. The retailer said in a release that the suspension of these Echo Park locations will enable Sonic to allocate more vehicles to key markets and increase capacity to the... Okay, I'm going to stop reading. Sonic did not specify the Echo Park stores where it's suspending operations. So look for more. If you see the headline before me, I really want you to send it to me. autotransportintel@gmail.com. GM signals longevity for gas offerings. They're going to keep gas in cars? Get out. Really? The automaker's commitment this month of more than $2 billion toward building its next generation of full-size pickups and SUVs Albin assures that internal combustion-powered vehicles will be rolling off assembly lines well into the 2030s. Amazing. Sticking with gas. Wow. Stellantis won't stick with gas. 14 state, and that's okay. Let me read it. Stellantis won't ship gas-powered cars to 14 states unless customers order one. And now we know how well that goes. This massive shift is due to something called CARB. CARB rules determine how an automotive company's environmental impact is measured. There are 5 major companies that get their fleet emissions measured by CARB: BMW, Volkswagen, Volvo, Honda, and Ford. Nearly 36% of Americans live in these CARB states. 14 states. That percentage represents over 100 million people. Why do I feel like this is real? Dealers will likely struggle in these states. It seems like futuristic nonsense. Okay, now you've gone too far. But as the past 2 years have shown, enough customers are willing to wait for the right car. Many buyers will travel to non-CARB states to buy. That's crazy. East Coast. So the East Coast block of CARB states is once you get north of Maryland, except for New Hampshire. Plus Virginia, New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona follow CARB rules soon. Is there a pattern? I can't find it. Gas-powered cars will soon become more difficult to acquire. Okay. Sure. Rivian cuts deal with Tesla for supercharger access following Ford and GM. Interesting. Man, Tesla's charger wins. We have a winner. Tesla charger. Get the podcast. Then you don't have to, see my mug doing this stuff. Call or text type 417-483-2764. Check out load board search advice on Thursdays. Don't miss Fridays. Cars on the Move, dealers, auctions, carriers. And don't forget, you can win the lucky load. Got to be a verified carrier, booking a load on Super Load Board, and be getting paid by SuperPay. Oh, Joe Keadle's chiming in. Rock the Keadle. What else we got here? I know we're almost done. Leverage ATI Auto Business. We don't ship cars. We move information. It's ATI. It is the Car Shipping Business Channel and more. Clearly, a whole lot more than you bargained for. Please do leave a like. After this, we're going to jump into, we're going to talk to Ty and see what he thinks. I've just filled 54 minutes, so we'll give him a few. So stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Auto Hauler Exchange is a new B2B marketplace, the first of its kind in the vehicle logistics industry. Auto Hauler Exchange automates the complex workflows of the vehicle logistics ecosystem by connecting large and small vehicle haulers directly with vehicle shippers. By eliminating the middleman typically required in vehicle logistics, AHX streamlines the shipping process, cuts shipping delays, and reduces empty space on carriers and unnecessary miles while increasing revenue. Working directly with the shipper, carriers can pick and choose which opportunities fit their routing on a day-by-day basis to maximize their capacity and eliminate empty miles, while allowing them to plan their backhauls in advance. The exchange gives control back to carriers. By using technology, AHX creates a frictionless, efficient environment for vehicle transportation. Get off the vehicle hauler roller coaster today with Auto Hauler Exchange.
Auto Hauler Exchange B2B marketplace connects shippers directly with carriers. And that means putting the power of the business transaction back in the carrier's hands. Visit autohaulerexchange.com. All right, we've got some links in the live chat. Auto Hauler Exchange is in the live chat. We've got folks in the waiting room knocking on the door. Let's check in with Ty to see what's going on. And thanks so much for tuning in, saying hello, being a part of what we're doing here. We really do appreciate it. Ty's just getting getting situated. Mic check 1, 2, 3. So let's get, Joe Keadle. He's got Joe Keadle's in the live chat. Paul Machine's in the live chat. Skye's in the live chat. Auto Hauler Exchange, what's going on? Yes, so as we said, putting the band back together. I just want to say this. I got my stack of business cards right here. Now, I actually wish this was a larger stack. I had to go through... I don't know how many times. Hey, do you have a business card? Oh, yeah, no, here, you scan my badge. I'm like, no, I want a business card. Yeah, no, just scan my badge. And then we're trying to scan, and, people are tripping over us. Can I drive a gas-powered car and get a business card? Okay. I know, right? I said it.
And you are on fire tonight, dude.
Dude, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Take it away. I don't know. Is there anything left to say after that? No,
there's got to be something. Well, how about the slideshow where we're looking at, reliving moments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I go back to I go back to this, and I'll ask you. Ask you. You were there. How many carriers did you see? Car hauler guys, car hauler company guys. Man, how many car hauler company guys did you see there? It's a good question, isn't it?
It's really good. It's less than 5, isn't it?
Yeah. So far, I can only think of with assets, car hauler so assets. Oh. Well, that's where I'm going with this, right? I mean, there were dealers everywhere. You know that? Everywhere.
Yeah, but they don't. Oh, yeah, they do ship cars.
Yeah, and then you start talking to him like you did about how's that working out for you.
I know, Jambo. Did you get to see any of that? I can't remember if you saw.
Well, I thought his name was Zambo, but I definitely talked. You talked to him. You pointed at him. Like,
I don't have his business card. Do you know why?
Because he wanted you to.
Wait a minute! No! He did have one. Here's Jambo's business card. I'm not kidding. That's so cool. Ethiopian American Civil Council, which also gets into the community stuff you were talking. That's no joke. I mean, it's on his business card.
Yeah. So when you find people, when people call, hey, I want to be a car hauler, and you're foreign, I'm like, okay, go to the foreign car dealer guys, wherever that is. I know it sounds probably rude and probably get canceled, but there's some truth to that. Starting out in your community, you know what I mean? People people that you can communicate with, get along with, start there. Then
so you just said something else. Something else I didn't say is, how about here, let's do this. Check this out.
Yeah, do it.
Bear with me.
Okay. I'm with you.
I took this out of industry news at the last minute, but this is really good. And you and I talked about this. Ty, do you know what we're looking at here? Did you see this?
Sell us your car. No, I didn't. Where? Oh yeah, that was Doug's.
Exactly, Doug's presentation was
I remember
insane. This is just one slide.
The tips. Whoa, yeah, I
know. He came up with so many ideas. You want to run with it?
No, go ahead. This is cool.
I'll talk about this one, and then you talk about the sandwich.
I'll talk about the sandwich sign. I didn't know what a sandwich sign was.
So this is a valet, right? Who doesn't get one of these valet service tickets when you park a car, right?
Right.
Every time you valet a car, and by the way, who valets car? Oh, people with maybe a couple extra bucks. And what's on the back of it? Your business. Now, maybe your car shipping business is or isn't on the back of this, because I don't know what's on the back of. What is on the back of a valet ticket? Anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm like, there's got to be other great ideas like this.
There are. Doug's got a lot of them too, and he's a great guy. And you know what else the guy did? He gave his cell phone number out.
He gave out his cell phone number. That was crazy. And people were like, hey, can you repeat that?
Yeah, he did.
And he did. He gave it again.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, you know, so this whole conversation is really good for us because we talk to a lot of different people. And for example, I'll talk about a guy named Jason Rice, Lot Pop, Lot Walk. He wrote a book, WFT, Walk the Lot, or WF, Walk the, what was it?
Oh, it's WTF.
WTF, Walk.
Which stands for Walk the, God dang. Jason's going to kill us if he sees this.
Sorry, Jason. Whoa. But anyway, I was talking to Jason at the conference, and then I would talk to him after the conference. We were he's got a Carpalooza coming up in July 11th in Chicago. I was like, hey, Jason, what if we kind of help promote this Carpalooza thing? And Melissa's ready.
Hey, and why wouldn't he say yes? Because we're doing such a good job right now with What the F, right?
Good job, guys. Way to go.
Work the facts. Paul Machine saved us.
Thank you, Paul.
We planned that whole build-up.
Yeah, you did.
So nobody would forget.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, it's like, okay, you guys, you always say your roots are in transportation. You're always hanging out at these car dealer things. What are you really doing? And I'm just telling you, you can't. Jay says it all the time. If
People
you're
really do ask that. What are you guys doing?
What are you doing?
You're just having fun or what?
No.
That too.
It's work.
We do. And it's not. As you know, it's not always fun. Some of these. No. There's a conversation at least once a day where you're like, golly, I mean, you're barely hanging in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the people we hang out with, man, they're like, even on tonight's show, this panel tonight, there's genius people here that smoke me, I mean, all day long, walk circles around us. But where I was going with this was, okay, what are you doing? We're educating a community. And you really, honestly, it's hard to have a Paul Machine and not have a Joe Keadle. Rock the Keadle. And it's hard to have, a Skye Haulman and not have a Stan Deak. They all touch, right? To one degree or another. The only one that we've kind of been a little tricky is the in-house finance. That one I'm kind of having. It's a little tricky.
And it's funny because we were chipping. You talked to Len
consumer.
Buzz.
But the consumer finance. So when you get into that room,
you're right?
Once you get in there, it's kind of like, okay, we're handing you off now. Finally, we're done. To me, I see that as the exit from our perspective.
But hold the presses. They're talking about buying vehicles, from the manufacturer, again, who's delivering the car? Is there going to be a moment where the carrier, oh, please, you think the apps are crazy now? Where the carrier's like, hi, I just need you to sign these 20 pages.
It's like the dealerships now that have one person, one point contact. You deal with that guy the entire from, let me find the car for you, we found it, let me finance the car for you, let me tell you goodbye and see you when you come back for another car. And I mean, I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what vertical you're in, if you're a transport guy, a tech guy, we've been practicing these words, we call it retail, wholesale, logistics, and tech, right? And it's kind of a broader brush, I think, for what we're talking about, because I try to keep it simple. I talk about dealers, carriers, and auctions and technology. So as we kind of make it a little more broad and a little more palatable for, say, some of the bigger audience, you still can't get away from we're touching each other all the way around. And so that's what ATI is all about. ATI is about educating the community, and I think we're really making progress here in doing that.
Yeah, no, we're seeing progress. That is part of the celebration here. But, we're not just going to score a touchdown and dance. We'll keep scoring touchdowns, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a Super Bowl to win.
We do. We have several. And by the way, you imagine the conversation the carrier's going to have with that customer after he's waited 9 months for a truck and gotten a few emails? Are you kidding me?
Oh man, that's going to be a problem.
Wow.
Well, here's what I think we should. I think this. I'm really excited too about putting the band back together, because it will be fun to see. You know, we had everybody that's on the panel tonight was on 2 weeks ago, and now we're going to see who met who, how did it go. So I'm just going to kind of sit back back and just watch.
All right, so let's do this. We're headed into the live chat. Okay, panel, here's your 10-second warning. Go ahead and get your microphones ready and your cameras set up, and, you know, check everything you need to check, because what we're going to do is I'm going to open the floodgates. I'm going to press mute on that desktop here for a second, and here we go. I am now opening the door. This is just like that Paul McCartney song, where we let him in. Okay. Let's see. So, and I think pretty much everybody's with us. We shall see. And if I miss you, go ahead and knock on the door. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We're putting the band back together. It's live on Tuesday night on ATI. 2 weeks ago, NIADA convention. What was it? Organic Convention Group is back now for more. All right, I see. Wow, people are. Wow, here we go. We've got. All right, there's now 7 of us. We've got room for. We have 2 others tuning in. So I'm just gonna go in order, just like I did, same rhythm. We'll say hello, elevator pitch, and we'll go around to everybody, and then we'll get into, as everybody knows, camera 1. I've got 5. Here's the 5 topics, and I want you to. Try to really, Jay, take notes. Here, can I put this in the live chat? NIADA independent dealers. Did you see everybody at this panel? Someone or company you met at the expo, educational session takeaway, a random networking moment. So we're going to get to all that. All right. Melissa, I see you in here first. Please say hello again. And let's hear your elevator pitch. Can't we? I didn't even do that. I didn't even prep everybody. But it's just like NIADA, so go ahead.
Sure. So my name is Melissa. I'm again with Maranatha Works. We're a small logistics company, a broker carrier, and we're very familiar with the carrier side, but we love working with all kinds of clients, dealerships, auctions, manufacturers even. And we've been in the industry for about 10 years. So yeah, it was very exciting to meet new independent dealerships at NIADA. And I got to meet a few who were actually interested in transportation, letting me know that they'll be giving me a call to see if we could work something out. So that was really nice to hear. And of course, learning more about what my dealership clients go through, because before the conference, all I knew was that they sell cars, you know, and that's embarrassing to just know that, you know. So I was glad that I was able to be more.
That's so real. It is. There's a lot more than just selling cars. Good point.
Right. Yeah, and so I got to understand like what some of the things that they go through, their challenges, and it was just interesting to know. And I just feel like it'll help me be more relatable to them, and see if there's any other way that I can help them aside from being just a transporter for them, you know.
Fantastic. Thank you, Melissa. We're glad you're with us. Thomas, we
Thank
see you next. Thomas, please say hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? Melissa, nice seeing you. I am with SYCN Auto Logistics, formerly known as Ship Your Car Now, but we are a tech company that ships cars. Simple as that. I had a good time at the conference. You know, we've been dealing with dealers for a pretty long time, and we always want to find solutions to help them, you know, move cars faster and help them with their analytics and just do more than just, as they say, haul metal.
We'll come back to it, but I did see the booth, and there was something going on at your booth. So we're going to be talking about that. Yeah, I mean, you had business, activity, action.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it was like, you know, you had to get in there, which I was stuck on the outside. We have to talk about this. Okay, so Joe Keadle is here. Rock the Keadle. Joe, Kinetic Advantage, please say hello once again.
Hey everybody, it's great to see everyone again. I believe I was able to meet everybody but Melissa, and was actually neighbors with Thomas on the
Yep.
expo floor. And he did have the Mac Daddy booth as like a little red velvet rope. You had to get permission to go into the special area.
Right, there were people like,
see
hey,
what
I
they
want
were
to get
doing.
in.
You know, I tried to get in, but the bouncer wouldn't let me. But Thomas came over and visited for a while, and I got to speak to everybody else. And of course, Skye was right next to me as we partner on what we do. Connecticut Advantage is the independent floor planner for independent dealers. We're really focused on being able to make independent choices and allowing dealers to make choices and run their business. So the show was great. Melissa, we've got to connect next time. I missed you. But I did get to see everybody else and got to spend a little bit of time with them. And it was a great show. We had really good connections. I thought the education breakouts were great for folks that were able to go see them. I think that's always valuable when someone like Melissa is trying to understand more about the business, that you go in and really kind of get a deeper dive through those education sessions that NIADA is putting on. And I think the show is really starting to regrow, and under the new leadership of NIADA, I'm really excited about next year.
Man, great points. Really great points. Paul Machin is with us. Paul, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Hey, everyone. It was great to meet most everybody on the show. Thomas, I agree. I just didn't get the VIP alerts. I couldn't get to shake your hand. But I did get to meet just about everyone that's here. And I know, just about most that were there. It was a great event. I thought a lot of eyes were open to see what the future will bring. And a lot of the questions that I was getting asked were, I think the next time I need to show up with the Swami outfit, and a crystal ball.
That's a great idea.
Just as a gimmick, because that was a lot of the questions I was being asked is, what if this, or what about that? And what do you see? And, what does the data tell you? Which, I love connecting the dots and helping people understand what's out there.
Boy, that is a great point. I'm seeing the crystal ball and everything. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, Super Dispatch. I don't know how many times we saw you at the show, so but for anybody that's not familiar, please say hello and tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, hey everybody. It was great. I did get a chance to meet everybody here a number of times and had lunch with Melissa a couple times. So so really a pleasure to get to meet everybody and put a face with a name. So Super Dispatch, we're an all-in-one technology platform for auto transport. Shipper TMS, load board carrier TMS, mobile app for drivers. So it's one technology platform for shippers and carriers and owner operators, you name it. That's what we do. We make auto transport easy.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic collage there that you have too.
Yeah, this was some of my. I threw this together. I thought it was fun. When you're talking, we'll tell some of these stories when we get to the networking scenario.
All right, good call. Yeah, I think we all want to know. Skye, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Thank you, everybody. Good seeing a lot of familiar faces. And sorry we didn't get to connect Melissa, but again, my name is Skye Haulman. I am the founder and CEO of One Auction View, but more importantly, I am an independent dealer of 21 years. So believe me when I say that I really connected with a lot of the themes and a lot of the things going on there. It would be an understatement, because independent dealers, that's what this event obviously spoke to, is the independent dealers. And for those that don't know, One Auction View, we are a aggregator of auction data for dealers, kind of like an Expedia, if you would, for wholesale auctions. And again, we were obviously there with the fantastic folks with Kinetic Advantage. I was alongside Joe Keadle there, and it was exciting to be there in person, meeting dealers, talking to them, hearing some of their pain points, their problems, and their issues. And obviously it resonates because I can talk the talk and chop the chop because I've lived it for 21 years. So thanks again for having me back. I appreciate it. Thanks for seeing familiar faces.
All right, we're glad to have you back. And finally, in square number 9, it's Dana Randazzo, Auto Hauler Exchange. I got to see, I spent a lot of time, Dana, with you and Frank and Jake. So please say hello and remind us again what Auto Hauler Exchange is.
Hi everyone, I'm Dana Randazzo. I work for Auto Hauler Exchange. So we are a technology platform or a marketplace that connects shippers and carriers directly. So it's pretty simplistic. The shipper uploads their vehicles they need shipped, they set the price, and then we just connect them with vetted carriers on our marketplace platform. I had a great show. It was great. I met almost everybody on the panel. I didn't meet you, Skye. I stopped Joe real quick. I was like, hey, so I was able to speak with him for a few minutes. But yeah, was able to connect with everybody a little bit and had some pretty good conversations on top of meeting a ton of dealerships. And again, what I love about these shows and events too is you meet so many other people in so many different arenas, right? I met marketing folks. I met more than just dealerships. Whatever the platform of offers that you could have for a dealership. I learned a little bit about some of the intricacies, some of their pain points. Scooped up some swag. I have a 3-year-old now, almost 3-year-old, so scooped up that. So some fun stuff. I picked up a duck, so that was great.
I picked up a duck, and that was great. That's awesome.
Picked up a
just a whole bag of squeezy toys is what I'm picturing.
It's hard to manage the swag
and the cocktail reception. Puppies, so
you
funny.
In the cocktail reception,
right? I'm like, how do I hold the finger food and my beer and then these rubber duckies? It's so great to see you all again. I'm reliving a cocktail reception right now. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So where do we start? I mean, I guess I came up with a list of stuff. And I guess maybe most of you hit upon. It seems like most of us saw most of us. Anything to add there? There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
A big show.
It was huge.
I was surprised at how, this is, I'm going through my circuit, my first year of going to all these different shows. And I was really impressed with just the size of the event, how many exhibitors there were, how many attendees there were. I was just super impressed.
Yeah, definitely got your steps in by lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you made sure you had to wear comfortable shoes. That was very, very important that you wore comfortable shoes. Joe had really comfortable ones on that he brought.
Yeah, you had to be comfortable.
But it's still not as far of a walk as Caesars. But some shows are even or the LA or the Vegas Convention Center. Not as big as the convention center. So I thought if you were staying in the hotel, it was relatively, but yeah, there's a lot of walking, so that was good too. All right, I wrote more than a dealer for 500, like that Boston song, More Than a Feeling, more than a dealer. Melissa, you were really hitting upon something there that when you start talking to dealers, there's a heck of a lot more to it than meets the eye. Will you continue that? Because I think that's something we could really get into. This is a show about independent dealers, and you're not just going and you're not shopping for cars. You're developing relationships and learning more about them and their business and marketing, sales, etc.
Right, so I would go to some of the sessions, and it was really nice to see a lot of dealerships get even kind of a bit vulnerable and put their stuff out there and talk about the issues that there are in their dealerships, how there's an issue between their sales department versus their I think and these are terms that I learned and I probably still don't have them right, but I think it's called CBDs or something, it's about the leads
BDC.
And all, and yeah, and how sometimes they have a hard time getting those two departments to work together, and how some of them were even realizing that they were kind of overworking the leads department, and so it was really interesting to see that kind of vulnerability, but more than all was to see the growth and their willingness to get better and to change things in their dealership. I also spoke to many transport or dealerships who were interested in transportation and how some of them were having problems with them a lot of dealerships use, you know, the load boards themselves directly, but still they need more than that. And I got to talk to Donna a little bit about Auto Hauler Exchange, because I mean, it's Auto Hauler Exchange connects shippers directly to carriers, which is a good thing. Sometimes that's all a dealership needs, but sometimes they need a little bit more. Like we were talking about how sometimes they need like a transport manager, and then that's a place where I could fit, where I'll handle I'll coordinate with the carrier. Like they have bigger fish to fry. Like I'll handle this. So yeah, it was just really nice to get to know a lot of the behind the scenes work in a dealership. And it was really great to hear about like a lot of like the background of people. Like, oh, I had an independent, I had a dealership for like this many years, this many years. I was really inspired by Gordon's his speech, how they used to call him Lot Boy when he was 14 years old, and I could kind of relate. Not that I would work in a lot, but I mean, working in the family business at such a young age. Like just right now, like if you see me in a t-shirt, it's because I was called into the field today, collecting cars in Lancaster. So sorry, maybe I should have maybe changed my shirt or something. I don't know. But it was just really inspiring to hear that and to hear his background and to just find more people that you could kind of relate to. It was really, really nice on many levels.
I love it. I will say this. I think what you just said, and I don't want to say this, I'm going to pass it off, is that I found a lot of real people.
Yeah.
Everybody's, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, Jay, the biggest takeaway for me was I think like to piggyback on Melissa is the young people that's growing up in the business. I met a lot of young, I was like, you're a GM? He's like, yeah, I'm a GM, but he really doesn't run the dealership, but he has the title of the GM. So all the young kids that are there with their family-owned businesses. And I spoke to a guy today. We followed up with a customer today, and I didn't know his father was the owner. And he's like, what's your last name? He's like, he said his last name. I was like, oh, how long you been in the business? Oh man, since I was 6. I was like, oh, okay. So he went off to school and then came back to the business and been there about 6 years. So I think that's the biggest takeaway that I came with was the family-owned businesses, and everybody's growing up in the industry and, taking over the family business. So that was a big takeaway for me. Yeah.
I love seeing that sense of being all in. So, Melissa, don't worry about wearing your T-shirt. We like to hang around people that actually do some work.
Thank you.
That's an applause button right there.
And the changing of the guard, I think that point to what Thomas and you guys are bringing up is the changing of the guard for the younger generations with the older. They're obviously, the younger generation is willing and wanting to embrace tech and new stuff.
Yes.
Whereas the older folks, not to say anything bad, but they're kind of rooted in their ways, and their way or the highway. But the younger generation is saying, hey, Dad, there's a better way to do this, that we don't have to knock our head on the block wall. Let's maybe cut a hole through it and go through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that as well too. Which is so great about with the independent dealerships too, is there seems to be. There seems to be a little bit of less red tape, right? So it's, we went ahead and we spoke with someone the one day, and then they went ahead and passed along our information, and then we were next day on site at the conference shooting it, going through a demo real quick with another customer, because they're able to just, say, hey, I found this company, or hey, just check into it. So there's just a lot less red tape to go through with the independents as well, which was great.
Yes, less red tape.
Way less whining and dining with an independent dealer. They don't have the time. They just want to. That's what I want.
You can get a hot dog in lane 8.
Yes, exactly.
That was a really good section.
Yeah. Hey, I have to comment, Stan, I love your pictures as well, too. They're awesome. I
know. That. Well, thank you. I should have gotten more photos with everybody. It's one of these things that
Stan. I saw you twice, and you
know.
didn't take no photo, right?
I didn't get one.
Here it comes.
3 or 4 times. Me and Stan
I didn't get one with anybody.
I'm with you,
on
Thomas.
the
I heard all about his
except for
daughter's
Melissa.
swimming career, and nothing. No picture, nothing.
I know. Melissa and I have like a dozen photos. We got this one and all kinds of others. So sorry, guys.
So while we're here,
at the booth, Stan.
I know. I camped out in the Black Book booth and Judd poor walk away.
Were you suitcasing?
Yeah, that's right. Suitcasing. Those signs were everywhere.
They had a big sign out front that said,
Yeah, there were signs out there. Yeah.
I know.
Stan had more photos taken than Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's right.
What did you guys think of that, of his speech? What did you think of him up on stage? Did anyone catch that?
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
That was
I
great.
loved it. It was so much fun. It was really funny.
Yeah. Made me want to watch a boxing match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that missed it because
No,
I was getting ready to
I
go
did
live.
too.
Oh, you did
Oh,
too?
you did.
Yeah, I did too, yeah.
Man.
We actually Ty. I guess this is the good part. Ty caught just a moment of it live, and I was like, dude, you got to walk out of the room. We told him we wouldn't. So yeah, but it looks like it was great. And everyone's got all these great photos and stuff. That's really, really neat.
Yeah, it was I'll tell you, kudos to CarFax, right? Because as soon as he got off and everybody rushed up to go get photos with him, they were like, come to our booth. He's in the booth. And so that people walked in. There was a line around the corner. So it was
Smart.
as a marketer, it was a tremendous, booth draw for them. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
But
It was a lot of fun. I remember I watched him as a kid in the '76 Olympics.
Yeah. I grew up watching him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all those Roberto Duran and all those matches. I remember watching those with my family because that's when boxing used to be on primetime TV.
Yep.
Same. My dad was a huge fan and since passed. But I told him when I got the photo taken, I was like, my dad loved you. He was a skinny kid or skinny dude, like they're built basically the same. My dad loved him, and so it was just a pleasure to get a chance to meet him. His speech, if you missed it, was around preparation and victory and overcoming adversity, and then he would tie whatever section of his speech to one of his fights and throughout his career and the evolution of his career.
Wow.
It was really
awesome.
neat. It was a good job. They did a great
But you
job.
talked about the prep and the mental piece of it. So, he acknowledged the physical things that he had to be able to do, but he really honed in on the mental things that he had to dedicate himself to doing. And that's what you got to do every day. You got to get up and you got to decide to sell a car.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was really cool how he planned it. He was talking about having a game plan, and then he's like, for example, this speech, and how he would give like an introduction, and then he would provide like a clip. So each one was accompanied by like a title. It was like the road work, and then like the game plan, and like determination, and this, and the final one was like victory. And that was pretty cool. How he used his own speech as like a example of how to have a game plan.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds really awesome.
It was good. I was thinking of putting myself in that picture as a car dealer, taking my software hat off and put my car dealer one. There's some similarities to being a car dealer and being in the boxing ring. The only difference is you've got like 12 extra opponents that are in there, and those opponents are all at the same time. One's you're buying a car, you got a customer, you got a title person, finance, employees, local government, state government. All these people are trying to take you out at once. So that's why I like the boxing analogy, because as a car dealer, you're getting knocked around.
Well, at least Sugar Ray had the advantage that his opponents wore gloves.
True. Very true.
I think you can really come and take away with it as how you see it, because I look at it as well too as what he talked about. He talked about coming out of retirement, and coming back and for that big fight that he had. And to me, I kind of looked at it as like almost changing gears as well too. So like there's something like I did for a while, then I changed gears. And I think that can be applied to a lot of different businesses and a lot of different like methods and how people plan and do different things. And I like coming to a conference like this, right? You're coming to learn something new, right? So while we're not coming out of retirement per se, we're coming out to learn something new and change something. So for him to stop something and go after something else, I took away something like that. So I think everyone has their own type of interpretations, but that's actually something that stuck with me, because I was like, you know what? I was in one method and then I found this technology company. So I'm like, I'm in this route as well too. So you have to get back up and get a new game plan and train and go after something that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, I wrote down three of the other. Okay, education. So just like, seeing Sugar Ray or not, and seeing what he's talking about, there were so many educational sessions that I didn't see. Help me. What did I miss? I know I missed some stuff. I know I did.
There was 2 of them that I really liked. Because obviously you guys know I'm in software. I'm kind of a techie guy, like the data and all that stuff. So there was 2 of them. There was one that was with VinQ that they put on about data and managing inventory and
Right.
all that stuff. And I thought that was important because a car dealer, and especially an independent, the key is in the buy, and they don't have those natural used cars that show up at their store like a franchise store. Franchise store, you order, 100 Toyotas and you're going to get some trades off of that. There's no used car factory. You just don't call up, hey, I need 10-year-old Corollas with 80K on them with clean Carfaxes. That just doesn't happen. So
Right.
I like that they were talking about, systems and making sure that you're refining stuff and using data. And then also there's another one, probably my favorite one, and I'm not biased here, was actually Will Chandler from Kinetic actually did a thing on pretty much the market and the industry and inflation and so forth. And I thought this was important. I have it. I'm holding it up here. I took a picture of it. This is for car dealers because they're selling cars. And obviously the consumer is their customer. So the impact on prices and payments, the average new car payment was $777 for 2023. 2017, the average new car payment was $563. That's 214% or $214 increase. Now on the used car side, 2023, the average used car payment $563, up from 2017, which $389, so $174 increase. So think about that. On top of that, the consumer, gas, insurance, all this other stuff that they're being squeezed for, and their wages aren't going up 25% to support this extra cost. So that's, my ears perk up when I hear stuff like that because it's real, it's tangible.
Yeah, and then when you have those people on the edge and gas prices spike or interest rates continue to rise, you really see that they're having to make some choices.
Yes,
and that's where Paul can probably help us understand better the delinquency rates of indirect retail portfolios and things like that, and those DQ rates. But it's concerning, and that's where dealers need to turn their inventory fast. Skye, you were there, and he's our peer, so try not to turn this into a Will Chandler show, but the thing that I liked is he dialed it into the daily cost of having that vehicle on your lot. I don't think a lot of dealers understand the daily cost of having that unit sit there and what that means to their gross margins at the end.
Yeah, that's a great metrics, that cost per day. And when he was talking, I just kept thinking to myself, I hope he says it. I hope he says the actual wage increase, inflation adjusted, is negative.
Yeah.
But I think he avoided that for other reasons.
Well, I think and Alex, correct, Paul, was who?
Yes.
Yeah. So I attended Alex's session. I thought it was amazing. So it was just I don't know if it was a quarterly report or an annual report or a series of reports, but just a data dump from probably the smartest person in that hotel at that period of time was, I think, probably Alex from Black Book. And I mean, of the entire sessions that I was in, I only took one photo of one slide, and it was a slide that he showed around the compression of the wholesale car price.
Yeah, negative margin compression
over time, right? And how the gap used to be this big, and now it's this big, right? And how much more efficient everybody has to be in order to make a buck on every car that gets sold. I thought it was just a fascinating presentation, and that I think that one slide tells the story. probably better than any other slide right now. So I enjoyed that one. And then I know I think a friend of ATI, Tom Klein from Better Vantage Point, was on a panel.
Klein, yeah.
Compliance of all things, which it was on my to-do list to go see the compliance panel, which I don't know if you get excited about compliance. I was actually very excited about it. So a great panel with the three of them. And yeah, so those were, I think, two of my favorite ones that I attended.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah, I'm hearing all new things. I didn't know any of that.
Wait, so that Jeremy Beck did. I'm sorry, Ty, go ahead.
No, keep going, Jeremy Beck.
Jeremy Beck.
Because Jeremy Beck, yeah.
Please,
wow.
Yeah.
When he did the opening presentation,
I saw that was good.
The histories, similar to what we do, but he was focused mainly on the independent dealer space. I couldn't get over the difference in recon costs just from 2021 to 2022, and then how it is year to date right now. It's still astronomically high compared to what a traditional franchise dealer might incur as a recon cost. So that's what you see that, and you realize, okay, I already know that the average age of the vehicle that's running through the lanes is already edgier, higher in mileage, rougher shape. So they're spending a lot more money just to get that car retail ready. Then they have to consider the cost of transportation, cost of merchandising, and then the cost per day. How long will it take me to get this from my lot to your driveway? I mean, and then you got to back that number down from what they need to pay for it.
Yeah, so Joe and Paul got me on the edge of my seat. I've heard the cost per day. Go ahead and tell us what that number is, one of you, please.
Well, from a dealer perspective, and Skye knows this very well, it's every single dollar in investment that goes into that vehicle to move it from my front lot to your driveway. How much is it costing me per day, including what I pay for the vehicle, what I got to pay commissions, marketing, advertising, just every facet of that dollar is factored as a cost per day. And you really need to have a trigger. Okay, if I get close to, and some dealers like to use the cure date. Some others just have a hard turn, like every 7 to 10 days, they make a price adjustment so it moves, because they just don't want to have that car in inventory. Unlike a franchise dealer who can afford to keep a used vehicle in stock maybe 60 to 90 days, most independents, they want to move them pretty quick.
Yeah. What was Will's magic number for the cost of the one car per day? Like $55, 65, 75?
That's what I've heard ish, right?
Yeah, I think in his example, it's based on your acquisition cost of vehicles and your selling expenses. But I think in his example, it was like $46 or $47 a day. So you keep that thing a couple of days, you just lost $100 in gross, another $100 in gross, another $100 in gross. And the focus on turn, and frankly, that's one of the things that I would encourage everybody in the transportation and logistics side of this. If you can get something to someone 2 days earlier, you just saved them $100. 3 days earlier, $150. If you understand this daily holding piece, that's something that you could really use on y'all side of the business. Hey, I can get it there faster than the next guy.
Yeah.
Because we gotta teach them. Yeah.
And as a dealer,
teach them.
I want my cars, when I buy stuff and I ship cars all over the country, I get bent out of shape if that car, they say it's going to be there in 10 days and it comes in 15 or 14. I'm sideways, man.
Or 7 months.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some of them take astronomical times, but that's a one-off.
Oh yeah. We got to encourage car dealers, not car collectors.
Right.
That's fun.
That was good stuff. Ty, did you say you had something to do? By the way, I just want to say this. I'm sitting here realizing, such a good time seeing everybody. You never get to. There's no chance for this long airport goodbye. It's like, hey, I was just talking to you. We had some cheese, and then I didn't see you. So for anybody that I didn't get to properly say bye to, I just was thinking about that.
What was funny
we
is
didn't get a chance to have a meal, and I missed that. So rain check.
That was our bad. That was our bad.
Messed that up.
But here's what is cool. I got to meet Paul's wife, DG, and I got to meet Joe's wife. I'm sorry, but it starts with an L. Is that right, Joe?
Lydia, you definitely saw
Lydia.
the upgrade. Yeah.
And I think it was Lydia's birthday. I mean, so my point in bringing that up is there's just that extra level of relationship when you start meeting spouses and you start hanging out. And so as I'm sitting here watching this, I'm like, wow, this is
Hanging
so
out with
neat.
DG was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, no, that was really cool. It's neat how and what was that party? What was that event?
That was the grand opening ceremony.
That was-
we were supposed to have cigars and martinis. I found the martinis. Didn't find any cigars.
I didn't get either of those.
Instead, we had windstorms and cheese.
Right.
Right. That's right.
And I was selling Super Dispatch to Jambo. That's what I did that night. So,
you
know,
She felt the same way. She's like, "Oh, it was so cool to meet the people behind the voices I hear coming out of your office." When I do these
right.
Yeah, those are the guys.
Oh, those are the guys.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
keeping you up all night.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Oh, that's awesome. Anybody else with an educational session moment?
I had two real quick. I had the Doug had an ACV, his sandwich sign. I didn't know what a sandwich sign was, so now I know that. And the way this guy talks about giving dealers ideas, and you're like, well, isn't that going to hurt your business? That's what I'm thinking the whole time he's talking. It's like, why do you keep telling everybody?
The whole room is thinking, really? You're just telling us? It was awesome.
Yeah, these great little nuggets, just like Jay was showing the valet tag. Well, so the sandwich sign's the one you see out front in the door, and you put on one side, we buy cars, and on the other side, pay top dollar. And he said also on your website, on your first page, when I go to your website, the very first thing I should see on your website is we buy cars and pay top dollar. 6 words. And he said it probably, I don't know, 5-10 times a day. It's just
over and over.
Like,
and he's literally saying, even if you don't do that, you'll figure it out. Because if somebody wants to sell you their car, great. And this goes to your point, Skye. Yeah, because you don't have trade-ins just coming in.
Now, my next one was the CPO 360. CPO, what CPO? Certified Pre-Owned. Right? Certified Pre-Owned. There's something on this car. It's gone through a certain process to get this sticker, or this label, or this title that guarantees the consumer some kind of confidence, assurance when I buy it. If it blows apart, I'm going to be okay. So Jay had the screenshot. There was Brad Carchetta, Brady, Trent, the guy in the middle, Lou, dealer. Yeah. We spent some time with Lou, great guy. James was the fill-in, and what was the guy on the other one?
I want to say Michael.
Yeah, I think you're right. So my takeaway was, okay, there were big announcements. You could say, wow, it's great because now it's backed by NIADA, which is a big deal. And, if you get the CPO, lenders will give you more money for the car. And you're like, wow, that's great too. All those are really cool, but what really is catching my attention is the thing that they're maybe not talking about, which is the condition report, and which is these AI technologies that you walk around the car and it tells you this is what's wrong with it and this is how much it's going to cost to fix it. I'm sitting there listening to this and thinking, okay, they're taking a video of the car, but do you know what we could do with that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where we can go with that?
Paul's I do know.
Oh, sorry. I get excited about that.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that was my takeaway. I was thinking about all these carrier. I was thinking about Stan. I was thinking about Dana, and I was thinking, and Thomas. Do you know what car haulers do every time they go to pick up a car or drop a car off?
They have to walk around it.
Take pictures.
CR it.
Yep. You want a CR and it's got it to AI now? Really? I mean, I'm just like, wow, this is crazy.
Remember, we talked about that on several shows with you guys. I brought that up. That would be a great segment for you guys, especially because with the way the iPhones are now, those 3 cameras have LiDAR technology built into them.
Yeah, then I'm thinking about Joe, right? Joe's the floor plan guy. Joe probably wants to know where's the car and what condition is it in. Mm-hmm. And if we could give Joe that information without Joe having to send out, crew, or I don't know how you do it, Joe, but I'm just like, where are we? This is new.
And Paul, was it you at that grand reception opening where you were talking about LiDAR?
Yes.
Right? I didn't even realize this until you were saying it. Will you take that away and repeat some of that information?
Sure. I mean, there are apps now that you could use, like Scanverse, that you can literally convert your pictures on the phone. You can scan the body of the vehicle, and it can measure the depth of the paint, the dings, the dents, replacement body panels. But you would need the AI technology to identify what each of those images that is being delivered back to communicate. So now I think of Black Widow. You don't really need to have that big gold thing anymore, in your driveway. I love the guys at Black Widow. But
that's the thing.
For UBI, everyone's got a smartphone now. Started on the iPhone 12.
Oh.
It started on the iPhone 12. So now iPhone 12 or bigger. Put the app on your phone. One of you guys can come up with it, and I just want a small royalty fee. Not a problem.
Yeah. He likes steak. He likes a good steak.
Yeah, there was a common theme, and I'd like to see if everyone else, if in your conversations with people, that was pretty much a good thread. Didn't matter what side of the business you were, whether you were transportation, floor planning, or dealer, or software provider, and it was really, if I had to stress test, what's the inventory worth that I just floor planned? What's the car worth that I just bought? And how much time do I got to get out of it? How do I test to make sure that I made a good deal today and ready to get out of it? And from the transportation side, Stas, that guy's a genius from Ship.io.
I know.
We spent a lot of time having conversations just around that. And I said, you got to realize when you pick up that vehicle, the clock's already ticking for that dealer.
Yep. Right?
That the cost per day is already ticking. You could do so much to help reduce that customer's time, including inspection, doing the condition reports on the vehicles. If you have the right technology, you can give them the feedback. This is what you can anticipate to spend on the vehicle. And by the way, because I have the exact weight, height, dimensions, and whatnot, this is the exact cost for me to ship this vehicle to you. And you can add this into the reconditioning cost I just sent to you. And I sent that to Joe Keadle at Kinetic Advantage, who I know is your floor plan partner. And he already knows where I'm at and how much time that will impact your cure. Stas eyes are like, oh my God, yeah, that's great. That's the kind of stuff we could do with technology today. But that was the common theme, is almost everybody wanted to know when is the optimal time to get out of that inventory. Now that I got it, when do I get out?
It's so true. It's so true. All right.
Pretty consistent?
What is it?
Was that pretty consistent with your conversation?
I think you're spot on. It's about managing the turn. It's about making sure that you get those things done quickly. And a lot of it keeps tying back to this solution. We've got this little pocket computer that we don't fully utilize to its full extent because it doesn't have the outputs that we want. There's a ton of inputs, but all the outputs aren't designed. And, I guess we'll see those at the Expo Hall next year as everybody steals your ideas.
No, actually, I want to speak to that. I don't know all the knowledge of that SYCN is doing, but I know we do have a lot of analytics coming. And Jay, I think you should have John Robinson on, and he can speak to that. I've been in some meetings where, we have some things coming down the pike that can really help dealers on the turn time, the analytics, whether you choose this shipping based on how soon you want the car, the pictures that we take at inspection, we can get them back so they can recondition. And I already use those photos. It fits the photo type that they use. So I think, I know that's coming down the pike for our company. I would definitely love for you to talk to John on that. He has all that high level information.
And I'll tell you, I did get in the VIP over there at Thomas's. The bouncer, I had 2 drink tickets because, I get 2 drink tickets. I got in and I got to spend some time with John and they got to show me some of the cool stuff. Fantastic folks. I do like what they're doing. And it's great because it obviously all plays into exactly what you just said, helping the dealer, faster turn times, get the car quicker, have more of that transparency, which I'm a huge proponent of that word transparency. I think it just should proliferate across the automotive spectrum. There should be more transparency in all things. So, and then obviously Stan, I got to meet him with Super Dispatch, so it's fantastic seeing all these cool things in person, what everybody's doing with the technology.
Yep.
And we came up with an acronym. Go ahead, Dana.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
We came up with an acronym. We call it the CATT. C-A-T-T. It's consistency, accuracy, transparency equals trust. We did Rich Levine. We got that from Rich Levine, the auction guy.
Yeah.
Dignity Leadership.
He's in the live chat. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Rich Levine.
He was in the expo hall too.
Also, one more thing. I believe Thomas isn't Keith a dealer background?
What's that?
Keith
Bradley?
Keith Bradley, yes. Yeah, he can speak to that as well. Yeah, he can speak to that as well.
When we were live, I came across and was peeking around the corner. You had, I don't know, looked like 12 dealers in there. You were all packed in there, and Keith was giving the demo, and I was really excited about that moment because it was like, if your work, I'm looking at you guys working.
It's funny footage because you can't get in there. It was just like the velvet rope we're talking about. Get out of here! Get the cameras out of here!
And but you guys were working doing the demo, and there's a sense of like when you get to know people. So I've got to spend some time with Keith, talk to him at conferences and on the phone. Got to know Thomas, same thing. And when you're watching that, when I'm doing my little show thing with the stick and just walking around, I'm looking at that. I'm like, that is so cool. I mean, these guys are working hard. They know what they're doing. And it's like there's a sense of confidence that comes with, I know they're doing good. I know they're killing it. I know they're going to knock this one out of the park. Go, guys, go. So it was just fun to see it from my perspective and watching everything.
So, I concur.
That's all I got. Yeah, it was neat. It's a good video.
And there was a lot of hanging around the Black Book. Black Book had that too. Like, hey, I'm at the Black Book booth, right?
Oh.
Yeah. And there was congregation. It was neat. It's
Black
so
Book
cool.
drops nuggets every time you turn around. There's always good stuff coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch back on the transparency word, which is, kind of the core of why I came over to this technology company, which is really important is that, so we have aggregated data for our customers as well too. And that's the whole goal of connecting the shippers and the carriers directly. So the shipper knows what they're paying, the carrier knows what they're receiving, and they're setting their pricing. And so it's one of those instances where, okay, if a carrier or shipper might be familiar with their lane, maybe they're not. But if they are, they'll have that data set up like, hey, you know what, I set the price at this for 3 days and it didn't move for 5 days or whatever it is. But then they have that data, they have the analytics to know that, well, I do need to get this in 2 days as opposed to 5 days. I'm going to have to bump that price to move that to that right. And they're setting the pricing, they're creating that, they're pushing that through to the carriers. And I know this was an independent show, and I know that the franchisees have more time as well too, but that's the feedback we're getting from the franchises as well too, is that, hey, this might fluctuate $1,000, a couple $1,000 week after week. So they need it just as much as the independents as well too, just because how volatile the market's been lately.
Good points. I want to say this, okay, so the last thing I really have, and I like this word, you're on pins and needles. It's just like the show. Random. There are so many random networking moments. I mean, it's so unpredictable who you're going to run into next. And so someone take that. Who's got a random networking moment to kick off our... There it is. Melissa, take it.
Yeah, so I mean, going to these conferences, I'm very new to them. I mean, the only people I know are, for example, you guys. And so, but I try to make it a point to network and to get to know more people. So I went, like when I got to, I think it was on Tuesday, that I had just arrived to the conference, and I saw this gentleman. I literally just see somebody who's alone, and I go up to them and I'm like, hi, like, is the seat taken or something? You never know who you're going to meet. And I met Mr. Bill Kelliger, and he's like the owner of Drive-Away Autos in Texas, and he was telling me that he wasn't even planning on coming to the conference, but it kind of coincided with his vacation. He was on vacation, and then he had sent some of his salesmen to the conference, and then he's like, but since I'm on vacation, I just thought I'd drop in for a few hours, and I'm gonna leave. I just wanted to pop in and see, and so I went to the opening session with him. And we had a really nice conversation. We went to the opening session, and he was like, since I'm kind of new to like the dealership, or like more like deep into like the dealership intel, he was kind of giving me pointers like, look, write that down, write this down. This is a good sign of the market, and that was really cool. So it was just random. I didn't know who I was walking up to, and that's who he ended.
Random mentorship.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Really nice gentleman, and yeah, that's my story. One of them.
That's a good
That's
one.
awesome. I've got two. So my inspiration for this was these two photos right here. So first, this is Gigi Ferris. She's with Hanson Auto Logistics, and she and I were just having a conversation. Oh, where are you from? I'm in Atlanta. She's from Jacksonville. And my only thing I really know about Jacksonville is one of my fraternity brothers, one of my dear friends. He and his dad own like the largest plumbing company in Jacksonville. It's called David Gray Plumbing. And he was like, "Oh, I was like, oh, do you know Gary?" So she ended up being like good friends with Gary. So she knew one of my buddies.
Wow.
And so we texted one of my buddies, and so that was just a fun sort of small world coincidence. But this one right here, that's actually the Super Dispatch app. So I did not stay at the conference hotel. I stayed around the corner at one that had a whole less zero on the nightly rate. And so I get in the car in my Lyft, and the driver, hey, where are you guys going? It's like, I'm actually going to an automotive conference. What do you guys do? We're a software company for auto transport. And you can see I've got the blazer on, I've got the Super Dispatch t-shirt on. He turns around and looks at me and goes, "Do you work for Super Dispatch?" I said, "Yes, I do work for Super Dispatch. Do you know Super Dispatch?" And that's why he pulls his phone out. He's a driver. His cousin owns AOC Transportation there in Las Vegas. And so this is USET, and he was telling me all around how vehicle inspections and photos and doing the job right has saved the company so many times because like, nope, here's where the damage was on the vehicle ahead of time. So I got I got 3 use case stories on my way from like the courtyard around the way.
Wow.
It was
we were talking.
It was just a great
He shared that with me in the booth. I remember that. Because I was saying dealers want to know, hey, when I buy that car, I bought it from XYZ auction, and it shows up in my store. Sometimes transporters, we think transporters, this is what dealers think transporters damage something getting there, and they just write it on there and add it on there because it's on a paper. But if it's on a photo, you say that windshield, when I bought that car, hey, I saw the photos, it wasn't cracked, and it shows up cracked. Hey, did it happen? We're in between, the coming out of the auction and getting loaded up, or what? So it obviously, to Stan's point, it saves transporters money by documenting at pickup what the damage is. And dealers, it lets us have transparency to know when that car gets picked up. Hey, do we put an ARB in this? Hey, the fender is crushed in. This car was perfect. So that's the stuff that I love. Not to hijack your talk there, but that was good.
No, I think it was great. Like, it was just a neat story. He was talking about how anyways, just it was good to hear someone firsthand just get excited to talk about. It wasn't even there. I was like, dude, you should just park the car and come inside. And I was hoping that but he didn't. But
totally.
I was hoping he would just parked it and come inside. But it was really just a neat story. So shout out to AOC Transportation in Las Vegas.
Can we just do a shout out to the carriers real quick, to just a reminder?
Hey.
I love the Super Dispatch app as well too. It's great for the pictures. Just take pictures. I don't know why they're not doing it. The pickup and delivery. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Shout out to the carriers. Nice. I like that.
Shout out to the carriers.
Shout
just
out to the carriers.
Take pictures of the VINs too, because sometimes doors get changed on used vehicles and stuff like that. So sometimes they swap out a door. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, that's where it's good to have a system. And that's where Doug also shared. Doug throws up a slide, and it's got like 12 wireframe diagram angles, and the room was like it felt like he was sharing like top secret plans at NORAD, like, and everybody starts getting their phones, but they feel, and he's like, no, get your phones out. That's what I would do. And then he switched it,
Oh, no.
So good.
Any other random connections?
Yeah, so thank you. Random connections. I'll go.
I didn't expect to meet Stas there from Carship.io because we
That
actually
was
used
random,
to use
wasn't
their.
it? I know. That was neat.
Yeah, it was really neat. We actually used to use their software before we started using Super Dispatch. And well, obviously, there was a little bit of a split there. And so it was how I remember it. Maybe
I was
it just happened
standing
so
there.
fast,
I
but
think
it
I
was
was right.
you were there.
I was standing there because I was talking to Stas a
And
lot. Yeah.
yeah, and then you introduced me, and you're like, "Oh, meet Stas from Carship.io," and then I'm remembering it too fast, but it was basically like, "Oh, so like, what didn't you like about our app or something?" And so it was a little bit like, but no, we
live
ended up
feedback.
having
Yeah, he got to ask you what was it. Yeah.
yeah. And we pretty much spent like the fourth day of the conference, like all day almost, like just talking about the app, talking about auto transport, talking about like all kinds of stuff. So it ended up being a very great conversation. And it was just interesting because, it's a dealership conference. I didn't expect to meet, the owner of Carship.io there. So that was really nice and very helpful to me as well.
In
That was
fact,
great.
on the car shipping and technology, it's almost like, wow, if you could have like heads of different car shipping tech or heads of brokers, just to see more folks in logistics would be kind of eye-opening. Here's what I'm going to say before I don't get the chance. I got to meet 2 ServNet executives. ServNet Auto Auctions. Now, it's hard to connect with folks at this level. Like, to first one, find them, 2, catch their name. Because I tell the story, I was at Car Conference. I met very few consigners. It was one of my, like this, we're now going to move into feedback. It's one of my pieces of feedback at Car Conference was I didn't get to meet enough consigners. Where were they? I don't know. So I got to meet these executives from ServNet. Now, it's not that NIADA created that for me, but they created the environment where it was possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed up late enough at B-Bar to also make that possible. and it was also through business cards. If it hadn't been, I meet Chris, and he hands me his business card, and I'm like, ServNet? You're kidding. And then say, no, this is Bob, and this is Chris. So that was my favorite random networking moment. This is the stuff I live for, where you suddenly meet the queen, and you can't believe you're standing with the queen. Right?
Yep.
It's like meeting DG out there on, right? We got to meet DG. Now, while that sounds crazy, it's these moments where you're like, wow, I get to meet people I never get to meet. So amazing.
So Paul, I don't know if you heard this or not. The whole reason I was in your booth is from a random meeting where I met Susan. So Susan, I think it's Moritz, who's one of your EVPs or SVPs.
Right.
And you guys are here in Atlanta, not at NIADA, but at NADA. We stood there waiting for our luggage for like an hour, and ended up talking about the auto transport and cars and what Blockbook does and the industry and what's happening. And so we made a point from NADA to reconnect at NIADA. So it wasn't random that I was there because we had scheduled a time to meet, but it was from a random previous event that we actually now have a relationship. I thought it was pretty cool. And we've continued. So, yeah.
No, that's good.
I'll tell you, I was like, Dana, I was impressed with your team. Like, I thought you had a really great team meeting the 2 guys that were there with you. Like, I don't say it was random just bumping into you. I mean, we're going to meet each other at some point in time, but bumping into everybody, saying, hey, get to learn everybody's backgrounds. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Well, Jay knows my random, right, Jay? The whole trip is random introductions for me. Elevators. I pulled Ita. Remember Ita with
Skye.
Linbuzz? Pulled her out of the elevator. did the interview.
Anybody
Joe,
have to ride an elevator with Ty other than me?
He talks to everybody.
Do you know what he does?
Oh.
The doors close. So where are you from? Like, the doors just closed. And he's like, where are you from? They haven't even hit the button yet. They're like,
I think we did catch one, Ty. I think there was one time you were talking to somebody. I don't remember, but I think you're right. I think.
But it works as much as it makes me
that.
crazy. We actually meet people. And then he's saying, you have car shipping problems? Of course you do. We haven't even reached our destination, and he's in a conversation. It's amazing.
We know birthdays, kids' names, how long you've been married. We got it all.
I'm going to get a coffee or something the next day, and he's in a conversation, and I'm like, you met him in an elevator, didn't you? Nobody meets more people in elevators than Ty.
I love being uncomfortable.
Hey, also random. You just made me think of Stan. We were in line for registration, and that's where we saw Joe Overby and Nick Zulovich from Cherokee Media. Spent the next day and a half with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Just because, they're like, yeah, that's what we get for being stuck in registration. Next time we'll pay for VIP.
Go the day late.
Ditch those guys.
Through registration like I did.
Love those guys.
It was good.
Are we missing anything? I know we covered a lot, but I hate to see you guys go because it was so much fun.
Miss you.
I know. There you go. He's a hugger. First you get trapped in the elevator with him, and then he hugs you while you're trapped in the elevator.
Crazy. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you
really
so much.
Lots of fun.
Good time.
I would say it was lots of fun. The takeaway, at least, lots of fun. It was entertaining. It was great. It's Automotive 101, network, mixer, hang out with people, get to know them, break the ice, and it's, real people. That's what I love about independence and these operators. They're really cool. They're really cool people.
Did everybody get a chance to feel like they were... I actually got to share then some about YouTube. People were like, oh, tell me more about what you're doing with your channel. And so, right, you have those moments too where you're actually telling something, important to you rather than, right, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I was pitching you, remember? I was introducing, I remember that moment, random moment. I was pitching Jay. I was introducing and I had to make sure that it's a YouTube channel.
I do say YouTube a lot more than I used to, yeah. Just because that's clarification.
A clarification, yes. I got schooled on that, so I will not use the other word. But I got schooled that it's a YouTube channel.
It's a YouTube channel, yeah. Whoa. Dicey.
Hey,
be careful,
Skye. Jay, I got one thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see any random. Well, I did have one random meeting. I did meet Nicholas Patterson at VetX, the CEO. I met him, but I did see a sighting when I went to Fremont Street in Old Vegas.
Fremont Street.
That was fun.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't make it down there, but I have been there. Fremont Street, for anybody that doesn't know, it's kind of like being at Mardi Gras.
Right.
It's whatever.
Right. Yeah, it is. There's some weird sightings there. Then as I come back to the hotel, guess who I run into? Ty.
Oh, no. Trapped in the elevator.
I'm coming in.
He was standing at the elevator. What for?
I can get you to the elevator.
Thomas is like, I forgot something. Yeah, I can't go in the elevator right now.
That's good. Good show.
It's great.
Show.
There will be a time in the future where somebody on this panel will be in an elevator with Ty thinking about what has been taught, and you'll get to witness him. So, where are you from? Nebraska. Oh, great. And where are you from? New Jersey. I'm just riding an elevator. It's the best.
It's crazy. Can you leave me alone, guy?
You need to ship a car? And then they're like, yeah, I could really use your help. And I'm like, no way.
And hey, the trick is if you don't talk, he pushes all the other buttons.
Yeah.
That's totally
all right. That's great.
Oh, shoot. Well,
Thanks,
thank you
everybody.
all so much. I love you guys. Really
All
means
right, peace out.
I'm out.
Hey,
Peace
Jay,
out.
congrats on show 300.
Yeah, 300. Thank
Congratulations.
you very much. Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
congrats.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you. Appreciate that. It means a lot.
Good job, Stan. We love Super Dispatch too, Stan.
Isn't
Thank
that
you.
Yes,
cool?
we do.
Wow, look at
Thank you,
these
guys.
bonds. Yeah.
Super is awesome. They're
Yeah.
an awesome platform.
All right,
Yeah,
Yes.
you've earned a spot on the montage next time, everybody.
Nice.
no.
On the
I wanna
wall.
get on there.
The
I wanna
wall
get
will
on there.
continue
Everybody
to
gets on the
grow.
montage.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I want to be in the islands in the background of Paul's. Yeah, put me
Looks
on
like
an
that's
island,
fun, too.
Paul.
That's
Okay?
my
That's just his backyard.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm coming over. Booking a
That's
flight.
actually a scale model of a pool.
Right.
Oh, Paul's gone. He's in
Careful,
the swimming
Paul.
pool.
You'll fall back into the pool.
Right. Love y'all. You guys
All
have a good
right.
evening.
Thank you
Oh, there
so
he is.
much. All right, you guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Oh,
Thank you so much. It was great.
incredible. It was really fun.
Congratulations, Jay.
Oh, thank you so
Have
much.
a great night.
All right, you
Bye.
too. Take care.
Good night.
All right, good night. Thank you so much. Wow, that was fun. That was neat. Boy, you never know what's gonna happen. You put a show together and you hope for the best. You roll the dice. You know, we roll the dice on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. All right, it's gotten late. We're after 9 o'clock. That was a great show. Actually, I think I'm a little bit tired too, but it was really, really fun and worth it. So thank you so much for jumping in the live chat, saying hello. It's appropriate. Episode 300 here on ATI Auto Business on Tuesday Nights Live. My name is Jay. I'm your host. And we're going to let you go. No show tomorrow. We're back on Thursday with Dispatching Live at noon. Of course, Cars on the Move on Fridays. And so, make sure you tune in. Email us, call Ty, 417-483-2764. Here comes the car hauler. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.